This call is now being recorded.
Okay, class, good morning. How do you do? How are you today? Is it okay? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right. So I will share you my presentation. Yeah, you tell me whether you can see or not. All right. Okay, now can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Right. So like I promised you last week that we are going to start new topic, new chapter this week. This week meaning that today lah. Chapter 3, coordination response. And then for the previous exercise on your workbook, I will give the answer. I think I will already give you the answer for question number 3, if I'm not mistaken. I already give you the answer on your workbook exercise. Question number 3, I think. And then number 4 we already discussed, and then we have the last part. The final question for number 4. I will give you the answer later on after the class, right? So again, we already finished chapter number 2. So I hope you already understand what we call our progress, our progress in science until chapter number 2. And then please, if you have any question or you want to ask anything about science until chapter number 2, you can ask me on the Telegram group or after the school reopen. Hopefully on the 5th of April, after the school holiday, right? Is it okay? Can you hear me loud and clear? Can you understand me?
Yes.
Okay, very good, very good. Right. So we're going to start chapter number 3. So before we start chapter 3, okay, let's take a look again on the table of content. This is our table of content for science form 1. We are still in teams number 2. Okay, if you can see here, we are still in the second teams of science, teams number 2, the maintenance and the continuity of life, meaning that we are learning in teams number 2, we are learning about living organism. Living organism here, if you still remember, include us as human, all right, and then animal and plant, and then we also include microorganism and others non-living things such as water, such as the soil, and everything that we interact with. So this is what we call the themes number 2 is we learn about ourselves. We learn about the living organism. Okay, chapter 2, you should remember chapter 2, we learn about the basic unit of life, that is what we call the cell. Okay, make sure you remember the type of cell, and then you also need to remember what is the what we call the structure, the parts and function of the cell. Okay, both animal and plant cell. Okay, make sure you understand the similarity and then the difference between both cell, plant cell and animal cell. And then in chapter 2, we also learn about the organization, and then the type of animal cell, the type of plant cell, from what we call from cell. Where is the? Okay, from cell and then goes to tissue, organ, system, and then organism. Make sure you understand that. Are they who trying to enter? Anybody try to enter? Please enter the class. Never mind. All right. Okay. And then the last topic, the last subtopic in chapter 2, we already learned the cell respiration and photosynthesis. There are a few experiments we need to do, but later on, maybe after the school reopening of the school, we'll try to do the practical side of the topic. Don't worry. It's going to be busy lah. Okay, Louis Kai, you can join the meeting. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. Okay, after the reopening of school, maybe we are still a bit busy lah, because we are trying to do all the practical side, the experiment side of the topic. Okay, but never mind, we try to do it slowly, right? So, the second chapter in tips number 2 or chapter number 3, this is very short topic actually. We have only one subtopic for chapter number 3 for coordination and response. Chapter number 3, coordinations and response. And then we are going to learn about the homeostasis in living things. Okay, can we start now? Is it okay? Can you give me a response?
Yes.
Okay, very good, very good. I need your response, because I'm not like talking to talking to the wall or whatever, right? At least you give me a chat response, at least. All right. So later on you can refer to your textbook, okay, chapter number 3. So 3.1, there are only one subtopic for chapter 3, that is what we call homeostasis. Okay, excuse me, you must remember the terms for today's topic is homeostasis. Okay, homeostasis. What is homeostasis? Okay, so I jump to the keywords here. All right, first you must be able to identify, or what we call identify the terms. Identify the terms homeostasis and what it means. Okay, so I will highlight the keywords here. I will try to highlight only the keyword here. The maintenance of the internal environment, okay, in a body of organism, in a body of an organism, such as temperature, water, pH, and blood pressure, to be balanced and stable condition. Okay, this is what it means by homeostasis. The maintenance of internal environment. Internal environment meaning that our internal process of body. For example, okay, temperature. Okay, temperature meaning because we are mammals. Okay, we are mammals meaning that we need to have stable temperature. Although the outside temperature is very cool or very hot, but inside our body, what we call the internal environment. Internal environment meaning that inside our body must what we call control the temperature or stabilize the temperature. That is example number 1. Okay, because okay, number 2, water. The amount of water inside our body also need to be controlled, optimum, the ideal quantity, what we call not too much and not too less. Okay, not much and not less, must be stable. Okay, this is what we call by homeostasis. Temperature, water, the control of temperature inside our body. Internal environment. Internal environment meaning the cell, what we call what happened inside the body. Temperature, water, pH, and blood pressure. But in this topic, in form 1, we are going to learn about how our body control the temperature and then the water inside the body. Okay, so why we need to control these things? Why we need to control temperature and water inside our body? Because we need to allow all the living process in the body of the organism to work well. Okay, only one thing. Okay, we need the cell organization, what we call the cell respiration, the cell function inside our body to work well. Okay, that is the what we call the purpose. Okay, or what we call the purpose of homeostasis, right? And then what happened if this control, or this, the what we call the control of the stability inside our body, is not maintained or not balanced? For example, what happened? Temperature too high, the cell may die, for example. All right, can you understand homeostasis? Very easy, right?
Yes.
Okay, just the control of the process, the control or the maintenance of the internal environment, temperature, water, pH, and blood pressure to be stable, because want to what we call let the living process inside our body work well. And then what happens if not balanced? The cell may die, right? Okay, so in chapter 3, we are going to learn about homeostasis in human. Okay, in human, and then maybe later on a bit about homeostasis in animal also. Okay, all right. So this is nothing. I will just write to jump to the okay. Homeostatic control process. How is the flow of the process? How the body try to control, for example, the temperature inside our body. Okay, you need to understand, and what we call to understand this control process. Okay, like usual, our body, all the activity of our body, the what we call the process of our body is controlled by brain. The brain inside our skull here is a very, very important organs that control everything we do, every activity we do, controlled by the brain. Okay, although you are asleep, and during the night you go to sleep, and then maybe your body going for a rest, but our brain still functioning. Okay, that's what we call it. The control process is all controlled by the brain. Okay, the brain will try to detect. The brain detect the changes. It will detect the changes. Changes at where? Maybe changes in the environment. For example, our body will detect. Okay, will detect the changes whether the outside temperature is high or cold. Okay, when it detect a corrective mechanism. Okay, when our brain detect the signal that outside temperature, for example, I take the example of temperature here. Maybe they detect the outside temperature is too cold or too hot, and then it will try to what we call do a corrective mechanism. And then we'll try to reduce the temperature, or we'll try to increase the temperature to its normal range. Okay, for example, maybe if outside temperature, outside in our environment, the temperature is too high, so what is going to do our body? Our body, controlled by the brain, will try to control the internal environment so that our body is not going to follow the outside temperature to cool. It will try to balance the what we call maintain the temperature of the body. Okay, so what is the temperature control process here? All right, we look at here the control process here start from the where? The what color? The control process start from what?
Normal temperature range.
Okay, normal, very good, correct. Start from temperature range. Okay, we start from the temperature range. For example, I give you one question. I give you one example. Temperature lah. Temperature. I give you one example. Temperature. Because outside temperature sometimes very cool, and then sometimes very, very hot. Maybe during the afternoon, during the days, the temperature is hot. And then maybe during the night, the temperature is decreased. So this is what we call the first step for what we call the control of the homeostasis. Okay. For example here, we have two conditions here. First one, normal temperature. If normal temperature, okay lah. Normal temperature meaning the body will what we call working as usual lah. The body will working as usual because it detect normal temperature. How it detect? Through our skin, through the skin. The skin has special, our skin has special sensor that detect the what we call the temperature actually. So we will learn about this in chapter in form in form 3. Form 3 we learn deep about this. We learn detail about the sensor in our skin in form 3. But in form 1, you just remember normal temperature, no problem lah. Normal temperature meaning that our body also what we call the temperature inside our body also normal. Okay, what happen if the temperature increase or decrease? Okay, control center here is what? Control center controlled by our what? Controlled by our brain. What? The sensor will detect the temperature increase and then send the signal to our brain, and then our brain will try to do the corrective mechanism. Okay, later on after this I will tell you what is the corrective mechanism, and then it will try to decrease the temperature and then return back to the normal temperature range. Okay, and then vice versa. Vice versa, meaning if the temperature decrease, same method or same mechanism or same process go to the control center, and then what the corrective mechanism, and then increase back the temperature for our body to become normal range again. Okay, can you understand this? After this, we are going to learn what is the corrective, what is the example of corrective mechanism that our body do in order to control the temperature. Not just temperature, after this, in form 1, maybe temperature and water. All right, any problem?
No.
Okay, good. Right, how about others?
No
Okay.
problem.
Okay, good, very well. Next one. Okay. Of course, homeostasis is important to human, and then we're going to learn, as I said earlier, we're going to learn the regulation of water and body temperature. Only two. Only two homeostasis in form 1 you need to remember. How our body regulates or control the amount of water, and then how our body control the temperature of our body. Our body control the temperature inside the body. All right. So only two. Very easy here. Okay. All right. So the first one, the regulation of water content. Okay, let me see. The textbook. Okay, page 74, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it? 74, yeah. Okay, this is example, the regulation of water content inside the body. Okay, like I said earlier, we need to start at where? We need to start at normal water level here. Normal first. Okay, normal, no problem. Okay, because the body, the brain, the control process detect that our water level or the content of water inside our body is normal, so there is no control mechanism. Okay, because our body, our brain detect that what we call the water content inside body is okay. What happened? Okay, the problem is, the condition is, what happened if the water content increase? Okay, why it increase? How it increase? Because maybe you consume or drink a lot of water. Suddenly, the brain or the control process detect that you drink a lot of water. So what is the mechanism? Okay, number one, it will detect by the brain. Okay, it will detect by the brain. The brain will detect that you eat or you consume or you drink a lot of water. It will detect by the brain. You just remember that. How the brain detect later on. Okay, itu nanti dulu. Okay, maybe how the brain detect there is water is detail lah. Itu detail. You no need to know that. Alright, you just need to know the brain detect the water content inside our body increase. Right. So this is what the brain is our what? The brain is our what is the function of the brain here? As a control what? Control center. Not control center. Control what? Control center. Yes, control center. Sorry. It is a control center. Okay. All right. Okay, good. Right. So when it detect the volume of water increase, so this is the very important thing you need to remember here. This is the important thing you need to remember. What is the corrective mechanism when the water increase? This one very important, you need to remember. Okay, number one, the brain will stimulate a secretion of a hormone so that the kidney increase the production of urine. Okay, meaning that there are special chemical secreted by the brain, or we call it a hormone, that tell the organ, our kidney organ, to increase the production of urine. Okay, and then more urine is produced. More urine is produced. These are the corrective mechanism. You must remember, ya, kelas, kamu mesti ingat ini, the corrective mechanism. Okay. And then what happened when the body execute the corrective mechanism or start the corrective mechanism? So automatically the water content in the body will decrease back to normal level. Okay, the water content in the body decrease back to normal level. Okay, meaning that you will feel what? Okay, when you drink a lot of water, and then our what you call the brain detect there is a lot of water inside your body, so the brain will what we call stimulate the secretion, increase the production of urine inside the kidney, and then you feel what? Kamu rasa apa? You feel the what? You feel you need to go to the toilet, right? You feel the urgency. You need to what we call urinate. Suddenly you want to you feel you want to urinate because the kidney increase the production of urine, and then your urinary bladder meaning that the parts of your body that store temporary your urine is full. Okay, when the urinary bladder is full, you have the urgency to go to the toilet to urinate. Then water content will decrease. Okay, can you understand the first what happened when water body content is increased? Can you understand this one? Class, corrective mechanism. You must remember this one. The corrective mechanism here. You must remember the corrective mechanism. What happened? Okay. So next one. How about if suddenly your what we call the level of water inside your body suddenly decrease. Okay, why it decrease? Because maybe the person here, what happened to the person?
Exercise.
Yes, exercise. Okay, or because it is because the body maybe the person body is sweating. When you are exercise, when you do PJK or rigorous activity, or during the hot weather, now it's very hot weather, right? Sometimes you go outside, you will sweat a lot. There is a lot of water coming out from your body, sweating, because of the hot temperature, or maybe you go for the sport, for the exercise or whatever. So the water content decrease when we sweat. Okay, not just sweating. Sometimes a small number of water content inside our body also can go out when we are breathing. Yes, when we are breathing or you are talking, there are still have what we call small amount of water coming out from our body when we are breathe. Okay, you understand? Kita bernafas, when you are breathing, small what we call we got amount of water loss. We call it water loss when we are breathe. Okay, because one of the component inside the air we exhale is water vapor. You understand? You got water vapor. You maybe you can find a mirror, and then you can breathe near to the mirror, and then you can see that there is a water vapor evaporating or condensing on the mirror. Okay, so next one, same mechanism, detect by the brain, but this time the brain will detect there is a less amount of water. The control center detect that the body has less water. So what is the corrective mechanism? Yes, this also you must remember. Corrective mechanism, the brain will stimulate secretion of hormones, same, so that the kidney will decrease the production of urine, just opposite of when the water is increased. Decrease the production. When our body detect lot of water, the kidney will increase the production of urine. When our body detect there is a less water inside our body, the production, the kidney will decrease the production of urine, and then you will feel what? You will feel thirsty. Kamu akan jadi dahaga. You will feel thirsty. Okay. What is the thirsty? What we call your mouth will very dry, and then that's the what we call the sign lah. The sign that your body need water. Your mouth become very dry, and then your skin also very dry, and then you become tired easily. That is the classic what we call sign that you are that our body, the level, the content of water inside our body is increased. So what you need to do, if you feel thirsty, what you need to do? Of course,
Drink water.
drink more water. Yes, correct. Okay, so second one. Right, can you understand this? Homeostasis. Okay, can you imagine? Okay, very good. Thank you for your response. Can you imagine what happened if you, what we call, ignore the sign, ignore the direction of our body? For example, water content in the body decrease. Okay, urine is produced, meaning that you need to go to the toilet because you want to remove the water, because the water inside the body is increased. What happened? You try to discuss here. What happened if you still not going to the toilet to urinate? You do not want to remove the urine. You want to you hold your urgency. Sometimes there are people like that. They do not want to. They, for example, they hold their need to go to the toilet. What will happen, you think? Is it okay? Is it good?
Be sick.
Yes, of course, parent. We cannot hold what we call the urgency to go to the toilet to urinate, because maybe we become sick. Okay, because not only water, inside the urine is not only water. It also got what we call the substance or the things that the body doesn't want. So it need to be removed. So if you keep urine inside the body for a long time, there will be maybe you will become sick. Okay, just like this. If you want to go, you just go. Don't hold it. Okay. That is the what we call the method lah. How we want, because we want to keep our body healthy every time. If you want to go, just go. Okay, do not hold it. But maybe for a short period of time, maybe you can hold it lah for a moment, right? But do not hold it for a longer period of time, because it will have consequences on your body. Your body may become sick because of the you did not remove the urine when the brain asks you to do. Okay, can you understand this? So number 2, how about if you feel thirsty but you did not drink water, or there is what we call no water available? Also very dangerous, right? Maybe you feel thirsty but you didn't take more water. What happened, you think? Our body also the same lah, right? It also the same. Okay, our body become sick, we become tired, and then what happened? Maybe there is a formation of kidney stone. You know the kidney stone? Kidney stone is the formation of stone inside the kidney because the person take less water. Okay, how much water? How much glasses of water you need to take daily, according to the expert? Berapa biasa? How many glasses of water they recommend you to take?
8 glasses.
8 glasses, right? Actually, 8 glasses of water. Okay, it is depending on the temperature. Okay, depending on many what we call many factor, but they recommend about 8 glasses of water daily. Okay, just plain water. Do not take Coca-Cola, coffee, or whatever. The sugary water cannot lah. 8 water, just plain water. Okay, don't worry, because excess water you'll be able to what? Excess water, if you have more water, you can go to the toilet to urinate and to remove the excess water. But do not hold the water. Do not hold the urine inside your body. Okay. Recommended 8 glasses. Okay. But it depends lah. Because why? More water, because our body consists of 70 or 60% of water. Our weight, if you still remember, our weight consists about 65 or 70% of water. That's why we need to take a lot of water. Don't worry. If you take many, you can always remove it. Okay? But do not, what we call, there is a problem. The problem will come when you have a lot of water inside your body, but you hold your urgency. You hold your urgency to urinate. Kalau kamu tahan, bahaya. Okay? Right, next one. Regulation of body temperature. Okay, we're starting from the normal temperature is how many? You must remember this. Normal temperature is normal body temperature. What's the word normal? 30? Sir? 37, yeah? Are you still with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Normal body temperature. Must remember how much? 37 degrees Celsius. Okay. What happened if your body is more than 37? You will have
Fever.
You will have fever. Okay. If you have less than 37, plus minus lah, meaning that maybe not exactly at 37, maybe 37.6, 36.5, like that. If you less than 37, maybe you have what we call hypothermia. Hypothermia is our body temperature is very low, and it is very dangerous actually. All right. Normal body temperature 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, plus minus lah. Maybe some of the normal, some people got less and some people got more. But plus minus maybe 1 or 2 degrees Celsius only, right? Okay, first, what happened when the temperature suddenly increase? Why it is increased? Because the surrounding temperature lah, during the hot day, the body increase. Okay, and then what will happen? when our body increase, detect by the brain, again, detect by our control center. The brain is our control center. And then what is the corrective mechanism? This one also you need to remember. Okay, one by one. Blood vessel dilates. Dilates mean what? Blood vessel is the what we call the capillary inside the skin, right? Dilate mean the blood vessel become big or the blood vessel become thin. It will contract or expand. Dilate. Blood vessel. What's mean by dilate? Okay, the blood vessel, I will show the picture. I'll try to show you the picture first. I will stop the presentation first. Okay. Okay, wait. All right. So this is the example of blood vessel inside our body. Which one dilate? Dilates mean what? Dilates mean become smaller, or the blood vessel open? Open or close, you think? Dilates.
Open.
Dilates mean the blood vessel is open. What happened? The blood vessel is open. There is more blood or less blood go through the blood vessel. More or less blood?
More.
More blood will flow when the blood vessel dilates. Okay, so this is the first corrective mechanism. More blood vessel, or what we call the blood vessel will dilate. Okay, number two, hair lie flat. Okay, hair this one, which one flat, meaning that the hair will lie flat at the left or the right picture? Flat. Which the hair, our body hair will lie flat. The picture on the left or right?
Right.
Now the picture on the you can see left or right here. This one left or right? Wait,
Right.
On the wait. I wish open the drawing tools. Where is the drawing tools? Okay, this one. Right. Okay. A or B? The hair flat. A or B?
B.
Flat. The hair again. Okay. The hair lies flat. The hair lies flat. Meaning A or B?
A.
A. The hair lie flat. Okay. Right. We continue. Right. Okay. And then increase sweating. Berpeluh banyak lah. Okay. And then the activity of muscle will be reduced. The activity of muscle will be reduced and decrease the body temperature. The muscle will reduce and eventually decrease the body temperature, and then it will produce less urine. Okay, this is the corrective mechanism. The corrective mechanism, if the body detect temperature increase, and then the body, the corrective mechanism here may decrease the body temperature back to normal. Maybe. Okay. Can you understand this? Boleh faham?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Next one. What happened when our body detect the fall or the decrease in temperature in our surrounding. This one, opposite. Okay. Temperature decrease. So what happened? Why temperature decrease? Maybe during the cold day, maybe during the night, or maybe overseas where there is a winter season. Okay, so our body temperature will decrease. Okay, again, same process. Detect by the brain as our control center, and then this one, the corrective mechanism when your body is cold. Number one, blood vessel constrict. Constrict means become small or big. Constrict. Constrict, become smaller. Okay. What we call the last one, dilate, become bigger. Constrict, become smaller. Okay. That's why when a person face, can you imagine this? What is the color of the person face when the temperature is cold? Reddish color or bluish color, or what we call pale color. Kalau orang sejuk, biasanya muka akan jadi apa? Warna apa? When the cool temperature. My class?
Yes.
Face hot. Afraid. Face red hot. This one. Okay. Your face will become red because there is a hot surrounding or cold surrounding. Class. Your face will become hot. Our face will become red because there is what? Because the cool temperature or the hot temperature. Our face will become reddish. Why our face become reddish? Because cool or hot temperature? Okay, never mind. All right. Hot, cold face. Okay. Because why? When there is when the temperature is what we call the surrounding temperature is increased, okay, the blood vessel dilate, and then what's meaning by dilate? Dilate means more blood to the surface of the skin. That's why our skin will become reddish. Okay, can you understand me? That's why the face, the person's skin, maybe someone with the what we call very fair and very white skin, they can say very reddish one, very red, because more blood to the skin. But if cold condition, the blood vessel constrict. Constrict mean less blood go to the skin. Why less blood go to the skin? Because they want to maintain the temperature inside the body. Okay, that's why less blood goes to the surface of the skin. Less blood, but when the temperature is increased outside, more blood go to the skin, to the surface of the skin, because they want to release the heat inside the body. Okay, that's why blood vessel dilate when the surrounding is hot, because they want to remove the excess temperature, the excess heat inside the body through the blood vessel. That's why the person's face become reddish. All right. When it is cool, less blood to flow to the surface of the skin, and then because they want to keep the heat inside the body. All right. Never mind. Later, if you do not understand, you can ask me later. Okay, number 2, hair stand erect. Erect mean this one. Erect mean this one, B, on your right, erect. Okay, when there is cool, and then decrease sweating, and then skeletal muscle will contract and relax actively. This is what called shiver. Shiver mean menggeletar. When you cool, you shiver. This is automatic, what we call response by the brain. The brain will order the muscle to shiver to increase the body temperature. Shiver. And then sometimes your teeth also, the jaw also shiver, because want to increase the temperature. At the same time, certain hormone will be secreted to increase the body metabolism. To increase the body metabolism. Can you understand this? Boleh faham tak ni? Can you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Never mind. Okay, good. Last topic for today. This is what we call. You can see. You can read it for yourself. Okay. I just explain the same things lah. So what happened when higher surrounding temperature? Sweat gland produce more sweat heat. The sweat gland will produce more sweat to cool down the skin, and then the hair lie flat. Okay, this is the what we call the corrective mechanism. Corrective mechanism by our skin layer. It will produce sweat, and then the blood vessel dilate to let more blow, to let blood flow close to the skin to increase heat loss. Okay, we want to increase the heat loss when there is our body inside. So the blood vessel will dilate, and then opposite the higher surrounding temperature, lower surrounding temperature, it's just opposite from the opposite what we call corrective mechanism from the higher surrounding temperature. Okay, for example, erect hair. This one lie flat because they want to trap a layer of air because we want to maintain our heat. Okay, this one the example, the hair stand erect, and then the blood vessel constrict. Can you see can you see the size here? This one dilates, meaning the opening of the blood vessel is big. This one is constrict, meaning the opening of the blood vessel is small, because they do not let the heat from escaping through the skin, so less blood will go to the surface of the skin. This is during the cold temperature. All right. Again, the blood flow constrict to let more blood flow away from the skin to reduce heat loss. You can read it for yourself. If you have any question, you can ask me. Right. So you must remember the condition of the skin, and then the corrective mechanism. Okay, how our body will try to correct the temperature and the water content. Okay, the process or the corrective what? What we call corrective mechanism. Okay, right. So the next one, we'll skip the experiment, or maybe you can do it for yourself. I will continue the homeostasis in animal in our next class. Is it okay? Any question you want to ask? Any question to ask?
No.
I hope you understand it. Okay, for your exercise, and then for the any works, I will give on the Telegram group like usual. So I think we can stop here. Next class is tomorrow, right? When is our next class? Let me see. Our next class is on Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday, same time, 10:30, and then on Wednesday at 1 in the afternoon. So we meet you again. All right. If you have any question, you can ask me. So meet you again tomorrow, same time, 10:30 in the morning. Like usual, thank you for your focus. Thank you for your response and attention. You can leave the class now. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you very much.